Hello brew tubers and happy Homebrew Wednesday. You join me in the clubhouse for the first time this year, I think. I've only been down once or twice and I'm fairly sure I've not filmed down here yet. Just under 2 weeks since the last brew day, and we all know how that went. I have dry hopped that Cascade Pale, and it smells beautiful, tastes pretty good as well. I had a wee sample. Nearly finished fermentation, I think. I do need to take a hydrometer reading, probably tomorrow now. Yeah, very good, very fruity, a little bit bitter, but my sample did have a considerable amount of hop debris in it, so it might be all right once it's cold crashed and, you know, okay, as it were. I did find it with some beer bright findings, because obviously due to my accident I forgot to add the proto flock. So yes, I've added those fermenter findings to see what happens. So yes, hopefully that will taste great, and I'll have to keg and cask that in the next week. Probably, let's have a look, Tuesday or Wednesday next week, and then I'll have it ready for the 7th of May, Sunday the 7th of May, for the Coronation Street Party down my road, which, all being well, will be great. So anyway, there we are. Brew is alright. How's the thumb? That's what it looks like at the moment. Had the stitches removed this morning. So it was 4 stitches, and it's close together quite nicely. So yes, it's on the mend. Obviously it's hurting a bit at the moment because obviously the stitches are no longer there to support it. So I'll keep this film and gauze dressing on for 2 or 3 days, then take that off. Can't get it wet and all that sort of rubbish. So yes, I redressed it, not yesterday but the week before, and yeah, it's still quite open. That would have been the day after Easter Monday. So yes, in a week or so it's healed quite nicely. It's now closed the wound. So yeah, all good. I could show you some graphic photos, but well, YouTube might take down the video or something like that, I don't know. Anyway, beer. So I thought, I don't do this enough, review the beers I've made. I saw a brew day video from 2022, last year, about a Citra and lemon drop beer I made. I have got no recollection of that beer whatsoever. I can't remember drinking it. I can't remember if it was bad. No video footage, nothing written down, so who knows what happened to that beer. But I have this, which is the Young Entrepreneur's Bitter. So this was the first beer I brewed in the Brew Tools B150, which was back in October now, so quite a long time ago. Olicana and homegrown Fuggle hops. Can't remember what the percentage is. I think it's 4. It's in between 4 and 5. I can't remember. Watch the video, then it will tell you. Actually, no, don't watch the video because it won't tell you. Oh, I don't know. Let's drink it. As you can see, it's got quite a good amber, bitter colour. That'll be from the crystal malt which went in. Bit of slightly fruity, beery aroma to it. Nothing to speak of. Good, good amount of carbonation. More like a cask beer. So it's a new fermentation method I use. Not fermentation method, let's get that right. New carbonation method. So I have a big 50 litre keg, Sankey commercial keg, and I have taken the spear out, and you can buy a commercial keg adapter which is there's a very interesting train going to go past. So let me just have a look at that. Chiltern Railways Class 68 in a green future livery for those who care. Where was I? Where was I? Where was I before the train interrupted me? I was talking about this beer. What had I said? I can't remember. Fuggles, fermentation carbonation method, that's it. So a 50 litre commercial keg, taken the spear out, put in this adapter, I think I got from Malt Miller, which is a corny keg adapter. So you have a floating dip tube, and I tell you what I use on that, because I had the problem, the opening is too small to have those little metal balls in the floating dip tube kit. So what I've done is bought some keychains. Now these are the, if you drop your keys overboard in a boat, plastic flotation devices. So yeah, it's like a little cylindrical food grade plastic. I did make sure of that, it is food grade plastic. Cylinder, and also filled with air, it floats. So it's got a floating dip tube, a lot thinner than the metal ball, so it fits down the hole for the where the spear would be. So yes, so that's that arrangement. Floating dip tube in a commercial keg with the corny keg adapter, so I can use my bottling wand. Then what I do is I cask condition the beer in the keg. So I add sugar to it, and obviously it's a sealed pressurised vessel. It carbonates naturally like a cask would. But yes, you just obviously replace the headspace with CO2, and it'll keep indefinitely like a keg would. So it's cask conditioned keg beer, effectively. So that's the carbonation process I use now, and I find it's a lot better than any other method I've done. Obviously bottle conditioning, you have all of the sediment, and with keg conditioning, with force carbonating, I always found you got a slight flavour with it, which I wasn't keen on. Trains, bloody trains. A slight flavour I wasn't keen on, like a forced carbonation pressure flavour. It's difficult to describe. CO2 is not supposed to have a flavour, but when I force carb things, like it wasn't quite right. But this is a much more natural carbonation process, and I think it's a lot better. So yes. Young Entrepreneurs Bitter, as I said, Fuggles and Olicana, or however you pronounce Olicana. Right. Quite a fruity bitter, to say the least. It's got a good sort of bitter kick to it, not too overpowering, and a slight sweet fruitiness. Hint of quite difficult to put your finger on actually what it tastes like. There are some sweet toffee malty flavours there. Not much, but there's a little bit there. Then you've got your earthy sort of Fuggles flavour. A sort of slightly spicy note. And then there's like, yeah, there's a fruitiness. I wouldn't say it's a citrusy fruitiness. It's a hard to put your finger on fruitiness. Is there citrusiness in there? I'm just thinking, is there a touch of lemon or grapefruit in there or not? I find it very difficult to profile this beer. I'm drinking it far too quickly as well. Sometimes beer tasting takes a lot of drinking. Well, it's a fruity bitter. Yeah, it's got a good bitterness to it and an undefined fruity flavour as well. It's a tasty beer. See, lovely, lovely tiny little micro bubbles in there. Yeah. It's an okay, standard, slightly fruity bitter. I'm happy with how it's come out, actually. You know, it's nothing special. It won't win any prizes, but as a standard sit down, drink a bitter sort of flavour goes, yeah, it's fine. It's fine. So yes, what is next then for Mr. Hodge? Yes, obviously waiting for that to finish healing. I'll be cold crashing the Cascade beer I brewed in the last video. Once I've taken the fermenter reading, which should be tomorrow, as I said, cold crash that over the weekend, and then try and keg or cask it on Tuesday or Wednesday next week. Yes, not going to be easy when I'm in this condition, but I'll get by. I always do. So yes, that's about it really. I've been rambling on far too long. Yeah, all good, all good. So yes, thank you for watching, and I'm sure there'll be another video coming up soon. I am trying to be better doing these. As I said before, you just need to get back into the swing of things, and I think the warm weather and sunshine helps. As you can see, there is a little bit of sunshine outside. One of the big downsides with this clubhouse is that it's in the shade. Not so bad when it was 40-degree heat last summer, you know, with a breeze running down the embankment, and the shade was actually quite nice down here. But it'd be nice to have a bit of sunshine here at the moment. Oh well. Thank you very much for watching, and I shall see you all again soon, no doubt. Au revoir.